Heisman Memorial Trophy.
It is the most prestigious award in sports. It gives me great honor to announce this year's winner of the 2001 Heisman Memorial Trophy. And the winner is Eric Crouch, University of Nebraska.
And I just want to say that I'm so excited to be a part of this elite group of players. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you very much.
Eric.
It was one of the closest votes in Heisman history, but Eric Crouch dominated the first place voting, and now he joins us on Big Red Wrap-Up. Let me first say, early happy birthday.
All right.
Saturday, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Happy birthday. You'll be
getting old, man.
29, right?
Yeah, 29.
29 years old. So you're sitting there, you're watching Nebraska play, and you got a freshman quarterback out there, and they change his offensive coordinator with 3 games left. Put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
How would you be feeling?
I don't think it's going to be like a huge. They're not going to try to change it all up on him. I mean, that would be really tough. So I don't know. I'd be looking at some of the things that might be different and exciting that maybe that he hasn't been able to do, and there's been some struggles that I think he wants to improve on. So honestly, I think you just got to keep positive. I mean, I know this is kind of a strange thing going on right now, but you know, honestly, just take the best of it and roll. Like, have fun. That's what it's about.
When you look at the offense, Eric, and what they've done well at times this year, and then what's happened the last month, I mean, what would you like to see more of from this group on offense?
You know, it's just kind of been like a little bit of a missing identity. You know, you kind of use that term a little bit. You'd like to see, a little bit more success running the football. I think it's going to help them throwing the football. The big plays, I'd like to see a few more big plays and intermediate throws. It's either kind of you're trying for a deep ball or it's kind of a short pass. I think the intermediate pass is important. But yeah, I mean, you just got to find something that works, and you got to practice it. And I think you just got to find something that you're good at and that you're willing to replicate and be consistent. So we just haven't seen that consistency out of the offense this year.
Put yourself in Dylan's shoes coming in here in this situation, the high expectations, playing as a true freshman, his dad being, played so well in a long NFL career, just the pressure that comes with not only playing quarterback at Nebraska, you know that very well, but coming as a true freshman with such high expectations and wanting to deliver on that and seeing some struggles now through, 9 games of the year.
I think we all forget he's a freshman.
Yep.
I mean, he's coming in here as a true freshman, not somebody that sat like I did and learned the system. So he's come in from high school football last year to play at this level, which I think is tough to do. And he's doing a lot of great things. I mean, leading a lot of the categories for freshman quarterback. So I really got a lot of faith in Dylan Raiola. Love the family. I think he's in a place that he really wants to be. He's a hard worker. He's got a heck of an arm. He's smart. I think you got all the things there that you want out of a quarterback that can really succeed here at Nebraska.
You said something great earlier. You said just have fun.
Yeah.
There's so much money in it now. Obviously, there's pressure to get Nebraska back to a bowl game and back to where they were before. How hard is it to just have fun?
Well, I mean, as the season's kind of gone along, I've seen a little less of that fun out of Dylan, and he's got a personality. Well, I know his dad, and I know his brother, his dad's brother, was a quarterback for both of them. But I'd like to see that come out of him a little bit more, where he's really enjoying this game and not feeling like the pressure, not feeling like I've got to perform well, but just going out, playing the game, having fun, and just, doing what you do. I mean, it's just go out and be an athlete and be that player that he can be. And I think he's going to get there. He's had a pretty solid freshman year, and I'm hoping that that progression from your freshman to your sophomore year, it really will take hold for him.
Yeah. Eric, Donovan was your center, the Nighthawk.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah, Yep.
Eric, how much do you, when you talk about NIL and whatnot, and guys from your era, how much do you guys joke around how much money your Rose Bowl team would have had? You were the Heisman winner.
We talk a lot about it.
And you got nailed for a ham sandwich.
I was thinking the same thing.
Where was the ham sandwich from?
I'm looking for a ham sandwich these days, Right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just the way the game is changed a lot. And, for me at that time, I think it would have been awesome to have all this money, but I was excited to be on the team, number one, playing the game that I loved, getting a free education. So there were just things, would it have been nice to be able to have a nice car and have a little, fancier place to live or go out to eat and do all that stuff? Yeah, I think so. I hope those guys get to enjoy that and not forget about what their job is with school and with sports. Troy mentioned, there's still a lot of that greatness out of college football and high school football that you know can still be there, and hopefully that never goes away at this level.
Eric, Dylan got banged up last game.
Yeah.
He's dealing with the back injury. You played plenty of time, hurt, injured. Talk about just not being 100% and playing the most important position on the field when you're not 100% healthy.
Yeah, I remember playing a lot of games, hurt, and that's part of it. You understand it, and that's just the way it goes. It's really a mental toughness thing, and sometimes it's a physical toughness that you just can't get past, like the injury's too much. That's been the case too. I remember games where I couldn't play. I was a freshman, Oklahoma State, had a hip pointer in that game, couldn't go out against A&M the next week. So there's just things that can happen that will keep you from playing the game. But I know he's tough. If he can do it, he's going to do it.
Can it almost be like just a quick follow-up? You always hear about guys, the flu game, right?
Yeah.
You kind of lower expectations and things just kind of happen. Can it almost benefit maybe a younger player that kind of slows you down a little bit because you are banged up?
Sure.
And just kind of quiet the mind?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a lot going on this last couple of weeks for him in his head, and especially with bringing a new coach in and mid-season. So I hope that again that they can just connect. The team can do a nice job of just hey, let's go out and have fun. Let's make some plays, have some fun, and lead this team and do what you came to Nebraska to do. And I know he's going to put the time in. He knows this game, but I think it's probably that time where now is like, let's just find these things that go to him. Hey, what do you like on third down? What are you comfortable with? This is the time that coach and player can really react with each other and know, like, what do I like to throw in this coverage? And just have those things written down, have them in the game plan, and go with them.
Last year you went down there, you helped out a little bit. What do you think about the way Matt Rhule tries to embrace the past? I know he does a really good job of bringing you guys down. Can you talk a little about that?
No, right when I met Matt, and he asked me to come and talk to the team, and that was great. I really appreciate that. He's been a friend of mine. I got full support that he's going to do a great job here at Nebraska, and it's just good to be part of it. As the years have gone by, just walking into campus today, you just kind of go back to those times that you played in Nebraska when you're here at college, and you're just like, wow, this is awesome. I wish I could do this your whole life. But but that's kind of the beauty about being back. You get to kind of take your mind to that place and then share things with the coaches and the players, and hopefully you can help. So just being around, I think is awesome, and it's good for me too, just to be around the players and the coaching staff and the program, and come to Lincoln and be on your guys' show, and it's just good to be around. It's not very far away for me, and sometimes you get in that work rut where you're just working and you kind of, your head is down, but it's always nice to peek up and be part of Nebraska football.
On that topic of head coaches, how special was it for you to see Frank Solich get his due at Nebraska? I mean, you guys won a lot of games. You're the last conference champion. You won a Heisman. You played for a national title. And, he was almost banished for 20 years. To have Frank get that opportunity to come back, how special was that for you?
Well, it was great. I always love seeing, my coach and supporting him, and I'll be there in Las Vegas supporting him as he gets his, College Football Hall of Fame induction. That's going to be really nice. And again, just being part of that and having him, join that group. It's, I'm just so happy for him and for Pam. And there was a tough time where he had to go through here at Nebraska, and he didn't want to be back. And so. The times that he's come back, I think this has been great for him. It's been a little bit emotional, but I think the support that the fans, the players have given him have been well worth him coming back.
We saw that video of you, young Eric Crouch, getting the Heisman.
Yeah, that's right.
Talk about your kids now. How's that going?
Great, man. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Carson, he's doing a great job. Jeff Jamrock's coaching him at Midland.
Yeah.
He's a junior. He got hurt this last week, so he's probably going to have to sit out that last game, but he's playing safety. He's really enjoying it. And I love watching him play. He's just continuing to grow as a football player, as a young man. It's kind of that time in their lives. And My daughter Lexi's doing great. She's been working for us now for about 3 years at the company, and we're kind of putting her through the ringer, you know, kind of teaching her a little bit of everything. So she's still got a long ways to go, but that's what parents are for. You got to keep coaching them up.
And we saw the Heisman ceremony video. Eric, you go back to that every year, obviously. How fun is that? You get to be a Johnny and Rozier and obviously connect with every Heisman winner. What is that weekend like? I mean, how many days are you out there, and what are some of your favorite parts of that weekend?
Yeah, you know, it's changing a little bit. I think as college football's changing, this weekend's going to get a little bit shorter. They're going to do things a little bit differently. But, you know, I've really enjoyed going back and being a part of that group and getting to know, you know, the winners and their family members. And actually, you know, Danny Werfel and I are working on some things with the Heisman Trust that I think are going to be really helpful for the former winners in the future. So that's been fun, just, you know, to be part of that group and to get to know those guys differently. And, you know, for me, I had a great experience. You know, I wasn't really expecting to win the Heisman Trophy. Didn't have a speech prepared for it. Obviously, forgot to thank my team, which I always want to take the opportunity to thank my coaches and my teammates, right? But yeah, it's just good to be there and support that winner that's coming in and to be able to give them that hug and welcome to the club. Yep.
This year's winner could be a little bit different. Could be a guy who plays both ways in Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Thoughts on watching him play 100? I think he played 170 plays this past weekend.
You know, you turn the TV on and you're like, there's no way this guy can just keep doing this, you know, and he just keeps on keeping on. And it's just amazing the plays that he's able to make. He's an electric player. He's tough. He's got a lot of skill, and he's put himself in a position to, you know, potentially win the Heisman Trophy, which is a pretty cool thing to have.
Can you vote for a Colorado guy?
No, I mean, over the years, it's funny. You get that vote, and I never take it out on any team that took it out on me, you know. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year, and this is really the time that I kind of tune in a little bit. You know, that month of November is important as players and teams kind of, you know, hit that important part of the season. And, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen in November. So, you know, I love watching it and being part of that. And that's kind of what keeps me involved too, because I like voting for this and making my vote really mean something. So, you know, paying attention, watching games, you know, not overly watching games, but just paying attention and, you know, reading articles, watching some things, just kind of knowing what's happening out there. And really, I do want, you know, the guys that start putting themselves ahead of others, I really do want to watch them play in games that really mean something. You know, those big games where you gotta show up and you gotta have some Heisman moment happen, right?
Yeah. I talked to my father-in-law, and, you know, he goes back to the big 6 days and then Big 8. Is it strange sometimes when you look at the Big 10 standings and you're seeing USC and UCLA and Oregon and Washington in there?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you know, kind of coast to coast now.
Yeah,
and it's just you kind of wonder like how hard that is traveling and playing, you know, teams all over. But Nebraska has a nice spot right in the middle, so traveling for Nebraska is not too bad. But yeah, it's weird because, you know, now, you know, used to watch those teams play late at night, and you're like, okay, now we're watching, you know, Big 12, former Big 8, Big 12 teams playing late at night. So it's interesting, but it's also fun to see where this is going.